carry the boats and the logs, 'cause they're turning them old frogs gay. Or maybe they're born this way. Pull up a chair, sit right there, brush your teeth and comb your hair, 'cause they're turning them old frogs gay. Jack in my cup, feeling down on my luck, and I'm doing 120 main. Maybe I'm giving up, baby, I'm giving up. And I know you gave me everything, but love is not enough. Love is not enough. Love is not enough.
Love is not enough. Is that Yellow Wolf?
Yeah.
What's the song called again?
Love is not enough. Off of the mixtape 2011's Trunk Music 0 to 60.
That album changed the way I live my life.
What's up,
music?
What's up, Bunker Buster?
Dude, why? I think I've mentioned this to you before. When I laugh all the time on these pods and I go like, ha, 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 my whole body seizes up like I'm getting an electric shock and I can't really move for a second.
Sounds like we need to up your disability.
Yeah, and it just happened again.
Do another
Dang,
sleep
dude.
study.
Yeah. What are you wearing on your...
Probably the burn pits, huh?
Yeah, for sure, the freaking Syria burn pits.
Jameson got a bead bracelet making kit, and so we made a bracelet for me.
That's cute. Very cute.
He I don't want to say struggles, but getting him to do in the parenting world what we call independent play.
Is that playing independently?
Just kind of like sitting there by himself and doing things and working on things is hard. He just wants to wrestle. He wants to, if I'm cracking eggs, he wants to crack the eggs. If I'm making a smoothie, he wants to make the smoothie. If I'm taking the trash, which is cute. And obviously, one day he won't want to do those things, so we'll miss it. But there's sometimes when you just got to get things done around the house or whatever.
You want him just to play and do your thing.
Yeah, but he's only 3. He's a big scissors guy. He has little kid scissors.
Jameson scissor hands.
He loves cutting.
Terrible joke.
Cutting things. So we get these little cutting books that like cut out this pattern and you glue like these scales on this fish, and he'll just sit and cut things forever. So that's good.
Oh, that's cool.
So I figured maybe the bead stuff would occupy him too.
And you like the beads?
Yeah, it's a little bit of super fine motor skills that he's still developing. He's good at it though, like picking up a thing and threading it through, and like that can be challenging for a toddler, but he's getting there.
Wow. I could barely thread anything through. Do you know how to sew?
No. I mean, I've sewed like buttons and stuff, but all I do is just like keep looping it.
Wrap the shit out of it.
Yeah. Amin is a masterful seamstress.
Really? Oh yeah. Okay. He puts.
He knows how to use a sewing machine.
Oh wow.
Really well.
Grandma style.
Yeah, grandma style.
I think Joe for the Gophers sewed a couple things on his shorts.
That's on brand for Jofer.
Yeah, man. What's going on? It's a nice day out, nice weather, clear skies.
Welcome back, everybody. Sorry we've kept you all waiting. We're minus the Gopher right now. He's elsewhere, but that's okay.
Lake Arrowhead specifically.
Yeah, let me turn this phone off.
Oh yeah, I was wondering what that was. Dude, I could have sworn, man. I thought I was gonna come in revving, frickin' piping, frickin' hot for this pod, man. And then we started off, and I just went chill mode again. But I was revved up for some reason.
To discuss things and to talk.
I just wanted to scream into the mic. I think it's been since we've been missing weeks.
What's up, frogs?
I just wanted to just go nuts, man, because I just came from a frickin' swim. I'm still tired. And I have all the salt water, the chlorine just gurgling in my tummy, and it needs to come out so bad.
Well, why are you drinking the water?
I have to sometimes. It's just going in, breathing heavily. I'm like freaking Kiara makes us do one-handed swims. So you keep one left hand against your arm, and you're swimming. And you're looking like and I'm like breathing in so much water. And then when I'm getting in my car to come home, I'm just gurgling. It's the chlorine water just like everywhere
at the 24-hour
fitness
pool.
And it gets me freaking rock hard, baby.
At the 24-hour fitness pool?
Hell no, we're outdoors. And it's one of the nicest pools I've ever been to in my life.
Where?
It's in San Clemente. It's like an aquatic outdoor center for the San Clemente residents. There's a turf field there. There's randomly weird some like Navy folk re-enlisting on the turf today in like a public place. And it's not a base.
Some Latinx.
Like everyone's like doing this. Like it could be reserves possibly doing their like weekend duty or something.
I think.
I don't know.
Do you think this country's gearing up for war or it's settled down?
I think neither. Neither.
Just distraction.
I think neither. I think if you saw one boot on the ground, if you saw one bloused boot, if you guys don't know what a bloused boot is, do you know what a bloused boot?
Laced.
It's bloused.
Blouse.
So it's like you got your boot, and then you have like imagine there's like a little bungee around right here, and then you have your pants, and then you fold the pants under the bungee to make them bloused.
Okay, if you see one blouse,
one bloused boot in Iran, I think it would have been we would have been screwed. It would have been like gearing up, same old. But I don't think that's gonna happen. So I think everyone's chill mode now. I think we're in chill mode.
Yeah.
I think the media just like riles us up. You know?
I don't know what to think of my my YouTube algorithm. I know for sure that in the last 2 months there was one video I watched of it was like what it's like to be in the galley of a Navy nuclear sub, and it was like the cook just like he's talking to the camera like this is what I cook every day, this is the routine, this is what I prepare.
In a nuclear sub.
Yeah.
In the YouTube video.
Yeah, they were in a Navy sub with like I don't know, there could be like 300 people on those things.
Yeah, they're pretty huge.
They're humongous. So I watched one video, and lately on my suggested videos, probably about every 6 videos, it's like some military video framed to look cool. Almost like YouTube's been compromised to psyop me or people like me to think I should enlist in the Army because they need people right now or something because they're planning something. It'll be like, can you keep up with a day in the life of Marine boot camp, or like, here's what it's like to, and it's all like, makes it look super cool.
SEAL versus D1 swimmer.
And yeah, well, it'll be like what it's like.
SEAL loses.
Like loading the turrets on a freaking Abrams. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think a few. I can't remember who said it, but someone pretty noteworthy. If that's even said recruiting's fine right now. It's actually doing.
The numbers are good.
Yeah. That's one person that I kind of trust on YouTube. I can't remember who it was, but I was like, oh, okay. Did I look into it? No.
Did you see any of the military parade footage?
No. Was it
pretty lackluster?
Really? Yeah. It's fine.
It's fine. That's fine. Good. I don't want some big North Korea military parade for my country, but at least can we get the guys to march in step?
Cole,
they're all just wandering around.
Cole, maybe you got psyoped to think that America was doing this whole North Korean parade, and it was just like, hey man, we just want to like celebrate the war that we won.
Yeah.
Like
I got psyoped.
July 4th. We do July 4th every year. It's who cares?
I got psyoped.
Drink some beer, freaking put up a flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get psyoped sometimes. Yeah, I've been getting psyoped a lot. A lot of Actually, I won't even say it. Never mind.
Xi Jinping?
No, just you know when you listen to podcasts and they like bleep out like Israel, they bleep out Zionism, which I probably should be bleeping out right now. But I feel like we've said that in the podcast before, and it's fine.
Yeah, we're fine.
Like you can talk about things.
We stand with Israel.
Yeah, brah. Freaking Hawaiian style. Hawaiians for Israel. Can you imagine? That'd be pretty cool.
are you
No,
on
I've been
about?
looking. There's been super gnarly, what I find fascinating now, because I don't want to say I'm all into one side on anything. Now I used to be, and now it's just fun. But now I'm going into scripture more when people are just like, after the whole Ted Cruz Tucker Carlson thing.
I loved that.
It was hilarious. I thought it was very entertaining, but it made me think. I'm like, dang, like what? How would I have answered these questions? Even though I would have never been on that freaking show in my life, how would I answer that question?
Tucker,
And it makes me want to go to scripture and learn more that I should already know
What about
what
ancient
exactly are they both talking about. Why does Ted Cruz say that, and why is Tucker saying the things he's saying?
Well,
and why don't I know exactly what they're both
it's
talking
simple.
about? It's not as simple as you think.
Well,
But go ahead.
I think Tucker's point of view is simple, and he's correct in that discussion, where Ted Cruz is using a super layman excuse for totally backing the Israeli military and being an unwavering support system for them. He's saying that in the Bible it said America needs to, like, not America, but this needs to be done.
The Bible, America.
It says Israel needs to be protected, protect the Holy Land. It shall not fall, all those things. But you have to learn that ancient Israel was not what the state of Israel now is. The state of Israel is a extremely nationalist country, and the Bible wasn't referencing one of the strongest militaries in the world and the politics involved and everything else. Netanyahu's defending. I don't believe he's defending Judaism as much as he's defending Israel, the country, separated from the religion. Yes, it is the only Jewish country in the world, but there's Christians that live there. There's Muslims that live there. There's a lot of different religions that live there peacefully, just like here in America. And we defend America not because we're defending Christianity. We're defending this country for everybody. I don't know. Maybe I'm full of it. But
so you didn't say. I understand what you're saying, but you also didn't really.
like
There are passages in the Bible though, which I was very like Tucker's side. Exactly what does he mean by that? There's a lot of stuff that like I then learned about when it comes to like replacement theory for all you freaking Bible heads out there, dispensationalism or covenant theory, all these different theories on how the doctrine of Christianity in the Old and New Testament deals with Israel and what is Israel. Because there are people are just like, yeah, we're not like screw Israel. Like we don't have to, it's not a promised land anymore. It's like, if you read it, like it kind of is. They do say it. Hold on.
Well, it is a holy land.
And there are promises that are for Israel and are for the people in that nation. And in Revelation, stuff happens in Jerusalem and all that. So like it's in there. But hold on. The debate
Pissing me off.
Hold on, it's in there. I'm not saying
in
you
the
can
Old Testament.
I'm not saying that if Israel the nation all of a sudden was just a bunch of, as they say, the cool guys on freaking podcast, PDF files. If let's just say the whole nation was murderers and all that, and not one good person was in there. Yes, of course we shouldn't be backing Israel just because they're the chosen people. That's not how it works. The big argument that Tucker was making and a bunch of other Christians that are then labeled you're doing replacement theory, which is basically in the New Testament, the new law, Israel, when it's referred to as Israel now, the people, it's the Gentiles. It is it's the church now. It is and Paul the Apostle talks a lot about this in Romans and a bunch of other things. Don't look at me like that, man. I'm telling you, it's got me thinking. I'm like, dang, like I'm seeing it right there, and it seems like he's saying the new Israel is the church. It's for the world. So
yeah, but that's not what they're practicing there. They're still practicing the old Israel.
I understand. And what Tucker's arguing is like, what do you mean by Israel? because what I am reading in the New
Sure,
Testament
sure.
is Israel is now
There's a big differentiation between those
is
two books.
the
And
church
those two
of-
books, one
yeah.
comes after the other and kind of says, this stuff is different now because for God so loved the world, he gave his only son, bitch.
yeah, but
Sorry.
which is interesting.
Sorry.
What? So that's not like, okay, cool. You could Christian pastors debate this forever, and I'm like, dude, I can't. How am I supposed to know if like doctorate pastors are having?
Let's get Josh Pease on here.
Anyway, my big thing is like the land. And I'm like, you like hear about Zionism, you hear about this and that. I'm like, oh, it's not for these people. And I'm like diving into like New Testament, Old Testament. What specifically does it say about land, and how do you deal with that now being in the year 2025? And I just find it fascinating and
something
trying to understand both sides.
Something interesting that I had heard a young man say.
Tracking, dude.
I'm tracking. Something interesting that I had heard a young Muslim man, I believe, say is, yes, although I am Muslim, I have it in my heart to respect all religions. I practice mine, but I respect Christians. I respect Buddhists. I respect Jews.
Liver King.
Primal. I respect the primal tenets.
Yeah.
And he basically said, you know, there's X amount of Christian nations in this world. There's X amount of Muslim nations in this world. There's only one Jewish nation on the whole planet. So I believe it should be defended. You know?
Yeah.
Which is interesting. And he's like, and I'm Muslim. So that kind of made me think of it a little differently.
And
I just find it funny when guys like Matt Walsh, who was he talking to Tucker?
My dad loves Matt Walsh.
He's a dork. And when he was talking to Tucker and he was like, I think he was talking about Ukraine. And he's like, and because Matt Walsh is a huge Israeli head. He unwaveringly supports Israel.
The interview with Tucker,
And
he
said-
seemed like he was going against them, but
No,
I could have been listening to it wrong.
That's why he was like kicked off of Shapiro's network and stuff, wasn't he?
Who?
Wasn't Matt Walsh on Ben Shapiro's what's his network called?
Daily Wire?
Yeah.
He was kicked off?
I don't think he works for them anymore. I don't know if
Wait,
he
I
quit.
thought you just said he's a Israel head.
Oh, never. Yeah, I'm contradicting myself.
Yeah.
That's why Candace was kicked.
Yeah.
That's why Candace doesn't work there anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, no, Matt Walsh is.
Oh, okay.
And anyways, I think he was talking about Ukraine, and he's like, any country that needs support of another country, I don't believe should be a country. I don't believe they should exist as a nation if they rely on support from another country for their defense. He's talking about Ukraine. And then Tucker's like, oh, well, then don't you think Israel doesn't need to exist? And Matt was like he didn't know what to do with it because Tucker flipped it right on him.
Oh, maybe I listened to that wrong. Maybe I thought when Matt said that, he was talking about Izzy.
No, I think he was talking about I don't know. We don't know
Whatever,
anything.
man. Okay, where are you going with that? Where are you going with that?
Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. What Tucker basically did to Ted Cruz was what somebody did to you in 7th grade when you were wearing like a Nirvana shirt, and they're like, "Oh, could you name one song?
Can you name one song?
You like Nirvana? Can you name one song? What's your favorite album?" He's like, "Oh, we should invade Iran. What's the population?"
Hey, man. You know what? The olive branch, dead branches will be broken off, unfortunately, as in, Jewish unbelievers. But Gentiles, be weary.
You drank way too much chlorine.
I'm telling you, man, it's in the freaking book, dude. I think it's in Galatians, brother. I can't
Love
remember.
Tucker, but he also says that demons pulled him out of his bed in the middle of the night, and he like fist fought for
That
them.
might have happened. Do you know what happens at night? Shit
Yeah,
happens.
Joey can speak to that.
Yeah,
The gopher,
stuff happens.
the gopher would back
Gopher.
that.
Or the comedian Mike Birbiglia. He has a REM,
Oh yeah, he
REM
has a
sleeping
sleepwalking
disorder,
thing,
and he
yeah.
jumped off blasted through a window, jumped off a
That's my
two-story building.
nightmare because I think I told the story on here recently.
You did. We were on
But
a,
I was
trip,
on
a ship.
I was on a cruise ship, and the Macy and her sister found me on the balcony, and I was dead asleep standing there, just looking into the deep blue abyss.
Yeah. Do I do it?
Davy Jones was calling me. I just saw skeleton pirates reaching up, pulling for me.
Yeah. A lot of sharks behind cruise ships. You're probably dead.
They follow the cruise ships and eat all the poop or what?
The poop. Have you seen the poop cruise yet?
Macy and I watched the preview last night. You watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Was it your nightmare?
I know, it sounded kind of fun. People moving their mattresses outside to sleep on.
But the smell, you would jump overboard.
Insane. The smell is insane.
You would jump overboard.
Smell. Oh, just poop in general, man.
You watched the whole thing?
Yeah.
My question is, what was their compensation? What did they get for that experience?
They got $500
gift card?
$500 gift card.
That's it?
Or compensation to a Carnival cruise, and then they got a free cruise. That was it.
So they got to go on another cruise and then $500 to spend on that cruise.
Sorry, I'm doing this. On the waiver, when you signed to go on the boat, the lawyer who deals with like maritime law or whatever was saying that it says you are not basically you're screwed. Like we don't have any liability when it comes to you being fed right, your safety, nothing is on the Carnival cruise.
Really?
Yeah.
Because people go flying off those all the time, never to be seen again.
Yeah, like that one kid at night. Remember that?
That wasn't even a cruise. That was like a little harbor cruise. It was in the ocean. It wasn't like a Carnival thing. It was like a little steamboat.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
It looked like a Carnival cruise.
No. It was a small like party boat. Like, remember the boat we went on for the Fitness 19 company party?
I think you're mistaken.
Yeah,
it was huge. It was big.
It wasn't a Carnival. You ever seen a cruise ship?
It wasn't a party boat.
Cruise ship is bigger than this neighborhood. Seriously, they're unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. Damn. Okay. What's So we kind of got through Iran. The bombs. Did they hit? Who cares?
No.
They didn't hit.
No, the trucks took away all the uranium. There's like 40 trucks there the day before.
No radiation.
Didn't do anything.
Um,
Iran is still weeks away from having a nuclear weapon, as they have been since 1993 when Bibi first said they were months away. They keep having setbacks, it seems, but they're right there. They have been for 30 years.
Iran doesn't seem like they're good guys, though.
The regime is terrible. It's one of the worst regimes in the world. It supports the Houthis and all the rebel forces. They're terrible. But the people of Iran don't like that regime. You talk to any Iranian person here, if they have family there, they'll tell you
Patrick Beton. Yeah.
They'll tell you their family, like, they're living in hell. They're under a horrible government that nobody supports there. And I've heard theories that.
What do you recommend? Would you try to topple their regime if you were in power?
No.
What would you do?
That's never worked. That's never worked in the history of us trying to topple regimes. It literally has never worked. Name one time that we've incited a regime change and it's turned out well. I don't think it's ever worked.
The Revolutionary War?
Yeah, but I wouldn't consider that a regime. Well, I guess so. But that was our government's. That's an interesting paper to write.
I just thought of that right now, man.
That's a good.
Hey, that's quick thinking right there. I usually don't do that.
But when that happened, that was in the very genesis, the first few decades of our government. You know, it wasn't like our government fully established pulling the strings on another established.
We were just a bunch of
we were in no
man's
man's land. It wasn't like this was already a nation. This was a nation of people that didn't want to be in England. And England's still trying to control it as they had,
Gotcha.
colonized for, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you got to do something, man. If people are doing bad stuff, what do you do?
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
Because that regime supports terrorism throughout the world. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Okay. And whether or not they'll ever have a nuclear weapon or whether or not they'll ever use it, that's another fact. There's an interesting kind of conspiracy theory out there that nuclear weapons don't exist. There's no such thing as a nuke. Like Hiroshima and Nagasaki was just very large scale, obviously
bomb.
Devastating bomb, but that nuclear weapons are a boogeyman meant to kind of hold the world in limbo and in hostage.
But everyone's just faking it, and would they all know they're faking it?
Yes.
No way.
Look into it.
That'd be hard for me to believe, even if I looked into it.
If you get into that, then you get into the theory that dinosaurs never existed and that dinosaurs were a plant by the globalists and the Rothschilds and you know, the DuPonts and the families that run the banks that run the world to create doubt in religion and further lean towards a one world government and abandon religion throughout the world. Like,
off my sixth sense, I've never really believed in dinosaurs.
well, you know, there was never the first dinosaur bone wasn't discovered until like 1860 or something. Like, dinosaurs have only been a thing for like 200 years.
Yeah.
Not even.
Like I go back to the big book, man. I go back to the book and I'm like, okay, Adam and Eve. And then maybe had some weirdo animals in there at the time. You know what I mean?
Well,
I don't think God tested the earth with some dinosaurs. Like, oh, this will be fun for a couple billion years.
The depiction that we have of dinosaurs from our youth is completely abstract now and not scientifically viable anymore. They were basically birds. They had feathers. Every dinosaur was covered in feathers. They weren't crazy lizard things. That's like a fact now.
Really?
Yeah.
No T-Rexes?
There were, but they had feathers.
A lot of feathers?
They look like Big Bird, like evil Big Bird. Yeah.
Dang. That's scary. That's more scary.
It is more scary. Almost as scary as the crash out of
Liver King?
old Brian Johnson, the Liver King. God be with
sorry,
him.
I've been eating like this, by the way. I'm so hungry from swimming.
Okay,
My
can I have a little
my
granola
stomach's
bite?
absolutely getting crushed right now.
The granola will absorb all the chlorine.
Yeah. Yeah, the Liver King has been great. Someone said we got to get him on the podcast, but I don't know. I don't know what we would do if he was on this podcast.
It's pretty crazy. If I was Joe Rogan, I would be scared.
No.
I would be. Not
Why?
scared. Well, thank God he was arrested.
Why would you be scared?
Because there's a mentally deranged man that flew to the city you lived in and is threatening you on the loose. And
I guarantee
you
people
have
get
the
threatened
most
by him all the time.
Huh?
He gets threatened all the time, I'm sure.
Yes, I know, but when the guy's in your city posting videos and is of that status, I wouldn't be scared, but I would be like, this is not cool. This is making me uneasy.
Well, then it's just like
I
all right, where am
guarantee
I?
he didn't sleep as well the first night.
I would be thinking like, all right, cool. Where are my daughters? Like, he has 3 daughters. I'd be like, all right, are they at school? What are they doing? Like, I can't just let them out. There needs his security team.
And his club is the most popular place in Austin.
Yeah, but
Is he going to ram a car through the front door of the club? Is he going to,
yeah.
get on the roof?
He's got. I'm sure he has like a team of like 20 special.
He's got SEALs. He's got SEALs all around his studio, all around the club. Do you think?
Not
do you think
that
when he goes
stops a car, but
do you think he has security when he goes out? Like if he goes to get some lunch, he's got a car that tails him or something.
I am saying this so confidently, when I could be totally wrong, but yes, 100%.
Everywhere he goes.
100%. He's too big. You might not see them. Maybe they're like guys that don't maybe look really incognito. Or you want to keep, there's 2 things. You want to keep a presence, so the big, massive security guards, but usually those massive, massive, massive dudes aren't special forces.
No.
Or you keep super incognito, someone that blends in with like concealed carry. That's super smart.
Have you ever seen
before, but those don't look scary.
Have you ever seen the videos of, I think it might have been Chinese or Soviet bodyguards, and they're holding a briefcase, or they have an arm at their side, but if you look, it's a completely fake arm, and his real arm is like right here, like this.
I believe it.
Yeah, what was I going to
believe
say?
it. The briefcase also could be the football. Heard about the football?
No.
It follows the president, the United States president, the American president.
What is it, a drone?
Nope, it's the guy that literally just Google football, and you could see the person carrying the case. It goes wherever the president goes. It's if there's ever a nuclear attack, you have 6 minutes. 6 minutes to inform. You open up this briefcase
And press the
called the
button to
football,
the codes.
and it's the most secretive thing. One of the most secretive things that is in the government that no one really knows just yet what's inside of it.
It's just a Batman button.
But people have talked about what's might be inside, and there's been word, and they think it's a laminated paper of like, hey, here's 50 targets in Iran, here's 50 in North Korea, here's 50 in China. It's all the top spots where you can bomb, and you could pick it. And then there's like a number, there's a code, and you call up this, I think it's called the Stratcom commander, because you have 6 minutes to do this. I can't remember why you have 6 minutes, but you have 6 minutes to do it, because the Stratcom commander is immediately getting in a plane and starts to orbit. The president immediately gets in a plane and starts to orbit, and the president tells the Stratcom, I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong, if it's a Stratcom or SAT, can't remember the name, but it's some sort of commander, and that commander is the one who gets the order from the president, and he is issuing all the strikes of nukes through the president. So if the president dies, now the Stratcom commander can still be in the air issuing the order.
Yes, but you're forgetting nukes are fake.
Oh my gosh. So in the football, there's been rumors that it's a laminated paper, so not digital, it's laminated with your code of where you want to strike, and I'm sure a bunch of other things that are in there as well that you immediately get on the line. Could Biden do that? I don't think so.
Okay, now back to liver really quick. He was arrested. He was taken into custody by Austin PD and arrested and held without bond. So they viewed him as a real threat. No bond. Yeah, I think he's out.
I think he shipped a box to Rogan's house.
No, he had a box with the JRE logo on it.
Yeah.
And he kept carrying it around. He posted like 40 videos in like a day of just a complete crash out with his face just melting like a candle. Looks horrible. He's got scabs and stuff on it like he's tweaking, like he's on meth or something. It's crazy. And he's got his poor sons with him, and his wife is somehow still there. And then
his wife is from another country, so you could tell she's just like super down because she's like, I've seen way worse than
He's
this.
got some yes man around him. There's some guy off camera. And he'll be like, hey, what are we doing today? And the guy will be like, we're fighting Joe Rogan today. Like he's got some guy that's like hyping him up. It's crazy. And
marketing manager.
And in the box, he's like, he flashes it. He's like, let me show you real quick. Oh, no, I won't show you.
Okay.
He opens the box and closes it for a second. It's really blurry. I watched a video. You slow down the video. There's a handgun in the box.
Oh, really?
A black pistol.
Oh, okay.
In the box.
I missed that then.
That's why he got arrested. Because I think you can kind of say stuff and it would, you can get restraining orders and whatever. I don't know if I made a threat to somebody right now by name and said I want to kill them, could police come and arrest me for that, for a terroristic threat?
If you said on this podcast right now you want to...
Elmo the puppet, I want to hold his head underwater until his furry red little body stops squirming.
I don't saying I want to. I wouldn't say that's a threat because I've heard so many people say that on other channels. I would think it's more of like,
yeah, I know. So
that's why
people were like,
I want
what
to.
happened to freedom of speech? Why is this like, the real question is, why was he arrested? Not that people are like defending him, but just wondering legally how this happened. But he showed a gun. So I think that's enough evidence for them to book him.
Yeah. Interesting.
You see where he's like, and if you choke me out, and I would love it.
I would love that.
But it feels good.
But if you don't, these hands. Break all the limbs. It's all right.
Limb. You see him do that? Yeah. Limb.
Joey said something funny. What did he say? He's like, hey, we're going to start with love. We're going to end with love. Little mosh pit in the middle.
Yeah. Crazy.
It makes me really want to act out and do something like that. Like, I hope he's at. I hope
it's the
he's
John.
acting.
Rogan is probably, whether you love him or hate him, at least in this country, maybe the most influential person. If you look at him as an influencer, he's the biggest influencer for sure.
I think he was, not anymore.
Who is it now? Liver King?
I don't know, but he was.
Okay, well, either way.
He was up to the election. And I
Either
think-
way,
I don't
massive,
think he is anymore.
massive
Yeah.
personality, celebrity, whatever you want to call him. And when you get into that stratosphere, it happened to John Lennon, where Mark David Chapman became he did a Liver King crash out and shot him, killed John Lennon because he loved him, like allegedly, you know. Same thing with Selena, the president of her fan club killed her, shot her.
Yeah.
Same thing with Bjork, the Icelandic pop star from the 90s, Bjork. She was super, super famous, and there's a creepy story about that where this guy became insanely obsessed with her, was sending her letters, she wasn't responding. It's like a stan. Dear Slim, I wrote you, bro, but you still ain't calling. And that guy filmed himself and killed himself for Bjork, and he like mailed her anthrax, and it was intercepted before it got to her. But when you get to that level, you have to worry about the fringe ends of society that are kind of just go nuts and become ultra obsessed. It's like Helga G. Pataki with Arnold. Remember her closet?
Say that one more time. I was thinking about something. Sorry. Go
Helga G. Pataki with Arnold.
ahead. No.
Arnold.
Oh my gosh. Cole, I literally was thinking Arnold Schwarzenegger for this whole time.
No, Helga G. Pataki.
and I'm like, oh, what movie is he doing this little trumpet to?
her
Yes,
father,
Hey
Bob
Arnold.
Pataki, beeper salesman.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry. I was thinking of crazy thoughts, but yes, go ahead.
Helga was obsessed with Arnold. Remember, in her closet, she had
Yes.
she had a shrine to him. It was all melted candles,
Yeah.
and pictures of him, and
Yes.
people go nuts.
People go
One of your
nuts.
sandbaggers might have a little Dante
That's
shrine.
what I was thinking. I was thinking of someone showing up and killing me in 20 years at
Kevin,
Sandbag Saturday.
Mikael, they're at the top of the list.
Like the
Dante.
whole time you're talking, I was just like, someone's going to shoot me in one of these days.
I'm Dante now. Right on the beach. And the drone shot just zooms up and you're just laying there.
Yeah, if I die, I asked Talia the other day, I was like, hey, if me and Joey, God forbid, we freaking just we crash out and we, pass away.
Hit the undertow.
Are you gonna, live up the family name and carry on the sandbag workup? She's like, I don't know. I don't think so. I'll probably do one and done. Like, what? You'll do one and done. I'm like, no, you need to live on the sandbag workout if we die.
Kevin would take it over.
Kevin would take it over. I think Kevin was listening to the conversation.
You need to knight him. And
Yeah,
tell
I need
him.
to knight. So I need to put it in my will. I do need to put
Yeah.
it in my will. I need to give certain members authority and rank them.
Like the government. Because then if Kevin dies, who is it? Then,
Yeah.
then we're getting into the weeds.
Yeah, who has the say? Who has final call? Who writes the workout? Yeah, this is big.
He's
big
down to
stuff.
9 fingers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Kev would be. I don't know. What was I gonna say? Yeah, if I die, also put my ashes in the staircases. Like, try to make another staircase or something on the 10th stairs.
Like
Like-
below the last step, have like a
Like
glass.
break it and then like put my ashes in there and then mortar it back up, or maybe have another add an extra staircase.
Yeah.
I'm saying staircase, an extra step.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Where would you want to be your ashes?
Scattered.
Yeah.
Where would I want my ashes?
You have something in your eye,
scattered?
by the way, your right eye. Just kind of do this. I've been looking at it the
It's
whole
my
time.
third eye, dude. It's open and
looking
it's
at it.
secreting DMT. It's dripping out because I'm so woke right now. I would want my ashes scattered in the Holy Land, rolled up in a little note stuck in the Wailing Wall. I'd want the next U.S. president to go stick a little note in the Wailing Wall, because every president has to go touch that wall. If they don't, they'll probably be not the president. Look up any president in modern history.
I know,
They're there
I've
with
seen
the little yarmulke touching the wall.
Yep.
No,
where would
I'd
you
want
really
my
want?
ashes scattered. That's a great question. Don't maybe this is what I would want. I would want I would want you to go to Area 51 S4, find the time machine program, get in the time machine with my ashes, take it back to about 1999 in the Antonio Plaza in Rancho Santa Margarita to the original location of Ballpark Pizza. And right when you walk in the door to your left, there's going to be an Arctic Thunder game. Do you remember Arctic Thunder, the snowmobile racing game? Blows cold air on you. Fantastic
Very
game.
cool.
And to your right, there is going to be one of my favorite games as a youth called Spider Stomp. And it was an octagon-shaped platform with a spider web on it and lights that lit up at different times. And when the light lit up, you had to stomp on the colored light. I want you to put my ashes in the breast pocket of a shirt and play Spider Stomp long enough until they all fall out.
Ow!
That's
Damn
my
neck.
wish.
In someone else's shirt or in my shirt? Or whoever you give your ashes to?
It goes deeper. Now that I'm thinking. There's a line of T-shirts that are actually kind of expensive now. You can find them on eBay. They're vintage.
Classic.
And they are called the Big Johnson shirts. It was a shirt company with a very specific kind of cartoon picture. And it would have different scenarios, different cartoons, very man-centric, very 90s kind of crude humor. And it would be a guy with a fishing pole and a girl in a bikini on a boat, and there would be some sort of like speech bubble, like a comic or some words. We'll put in a Big Johnson shirt so you guys can see
I'm
him.
not really, okay.
Rand had a few of them because we are the Johnson family. So it fit even better. But it was like, it was a penis joke. Every shirt was a penis joke. His golf club was a phallic thing for. I always hit better when I use my Big Johnson. Kind of in light of that. So I'd want you to find a double or triple XL Big Johnson with a breast pocket shirt, and then complete the aforementioned task in the Big Johnson shirt. It's kind of in the same era of the Big Dogs shirt. Remember Big Dogs?
Yeah, Big Dog. Yeah.
I think it was probably a play on the Big Dogs shirts. Instead of Big Dogs, which was kind of a family-friendly T-shirt company, it was the Big Johnson.
Big Johnson.
And it was kind of toilet humor.
Yeah.
It was just everything was a dick joke, essentially.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Copy
that.
Okay.
Ballpark still, is it gone right now? Why
No,
can't I
you've
talk?
been there.
Is it gone?
Ballpark moved locations in about 2013 or 14, maybe, from the original Antonio Plaza location where I had my, every sports party.
Is that by the tapas in RSM?
The original location?
Yeah.
The original location, you had been there before it had closed.
I'm sure I
would
have. I
go
just
there.
can't remember where it is. Is it by the tapas bar in RSM?
Sort of. There's a Pavilions.
Where I used to go.
Do you know there's a Pavilions over there?
I think
There's a La Fiesta Mexican spot.
Dude, I don't know anything about RSM.
You would know where it is. It's off Antonio. There's a plaza on Antonio. There used to be a Carl's Jr. there. There used to be... I'm sorry, no, it was a Burger King. Anyways.
Okay, that's all good.
Anyways.
All good.
But no, they moved over off like
Los Lisos.
Melinda. Remember?
Oh, Melinda.
You know the new one up there?
Yeah.
By where the abandoned Kmart was?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Cool. Now we know.
What else, brethren?
Dating world has been 0 to slim to none. I've been on just, I don't know if my testosterone's getting low, if I'm becoming asexual.
You are eating purely Elizabeth organic granola, so I would say that with the pool water, yes, your test is plummeting.
Yeah. Test is plummeting. I just took my blood next to you in the VA in Long Beach the other day. So I'll get those back.
A lot of wheelchairs, huh?
Doesn't test for testosterone, but I need to do. I might hit up like Americ Health or like one of those and just like do it private. because the VA is insane. I did it 3 years ago, right when I got out, and I asked for a testosterone test, and I was barely above the minimum, the number that is like you're below that, it's low. You have low testosterone. I was like just above it, and I'm like, can I do another test or something? You know,
You were drinking back then, though.
Yeah, I was.
That
I've
kills
done
it, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I've also done tests when I was 28, 29, and
You
it
were
was
boozing then.
not as much though. Not as much.
Okay.
It was not as much.
But with the amount
But
you live,
it was gnarly below. It was like 100 nanograms per deciliter under the low, or 100 or 200 under. Gnarly. It was like a 6 month.
I've never
piss
had it
blood.
tested. I'm scared to know.
My dad just did one. And his is like 700. It's like good.
Yeah, but you listen to the
But
studies.
I've been bad. I
The
think.
average.
Yeah. It's not
We
good.
talked about it on here a while ago.
Yeah.
Like the average 65-year-old male's testosterone is like 40% higher than the average 21-year-old's or something.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, that was kind of a joke, but at the same time, all seriousness. I'm just trying to be more productive and like not feel like I need to like just be like freaking going on dates
Seeking out the
and like
fembots?
living that life I feel like I used to always do. And people are just like, people could say like, oh man, you're 35, just find a wife, dude. Stop. I'm like, yeah, maybe like not dating will help me do that. You know what I mean? And not being
Second
so
you take your
concerned.
focus off, she's just gonna
and just stop. Yeah, you know what I mean?
appear.
Yeah. Which I was married before, so I could also say that I'm not some like crazy 35-year-old that's just like still trying to date someone, you know? It's like been there, done that, didn't work out. Now I'm just kind of like reincarnating into a new
try
human
men.
being.
Just do it.
Hell freaking, you know what? Hell no, but I wonder what, actually I don't even wonder what it'd be like, but
Too late. You already said it.
could you imagine your brain switching? Like, could you imagine that? It just switches one day, and you wake up, you're like, no, how did this happen? No, there's no way. You don't know what happened. But no, so I've been out of it. Someone just matched with me yesterday. She hasn't responded to what I said, but it's all good. I was like looking at her, I'm like, oh, you look so familiar. I was just about to delete the dating app, by the way, too. And then I saw a match.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sick. Awesome.
She's an Iranian.
And I'm like, you look. Yeah, she's from Iran. And I'm like, you look so familiar. And I was just looking and thinking. And I'm like, oh, shoot. She's seen me on so many dates and probably seen me just buzzed out of my mind because she's a freaking server at one of the establishments we go to. I won't say it on this podcast.
I need to know.
I'll tell you after this.
BJ's Brew House.
Don't say it. It's not that, but it's one of. I will let you know. Don't say it out loud. But I'm like, oh my gosh,
Is
I've
it
seen you
4
so many
letters?
times. I will not literally tell you.
Why?
You're gonna get a freaking toe pin.
Why? They're gonna 86 you or something?
No, I don't want to me. Let's just
You're
say
asking me
hey,
about my damn
let's just
virginity
say-
last time. Now I want to ask you about
Yeah.
a date spot, and you're freaking spazzing.
And you still haven't told us that question, by the way. No, it wouldn't be good because imagine like this podcast gets 50 million views. It's not like, oh, we have no Cole's virginity now. It's like, oh, we know where Dante's possible new crush works at. You know what I mean? Possibly a new wife, man. Could be the mother of my children working there right now.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Tracking.
I just, it's not good to give away people's...
I literally know it in my head.
It's
so
not good.
I'm going to
It's not
respect
good
you,
to
and I'm
give
going to
away
respect.
people's information that you don't know yet.
I'm going to respect our armed forces, and I'm not going to say it. But
Like Joe for the Gopher, we could say, yeah, Joe for the Gopher's in Lake Arrowhead right now. But some girl I don't know yet that I'm trying to date, I'm
Joey
not going to
just
just
woke up
give
from
her
a nap.
information out. No. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's all good. Virginity's chill, man. Yeah, sorry for asking that question last pod. I could tell it upset you.
It didn't upset me, Don. I'm just wondering what we have coming down the road right now. Sounds like a damn concrete truck.
Anyway, no, yeah, it got me pretty excited because I'm like, oh, I've kind of always had like a
And
little.
can you share with
crush for
myself
honor
and
a little bit.
with myself and the viewers what your line was that she didn't respond to?
I think I said hi or something like that. Exclamation point with her name. You look so familiar. And then under that, I think I said, okay, I think I know what it is. ...
I think.
Or like something like, I think it's coming to me now, or I think I.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
that's
I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh, you work at here. I see you all the time.
little stalker vibes though.
It's not a stalker vibe. You just remember that you've seen this person like 20 times at this place because you go there.
She's gonna be like,
I've
no,
literally seen her
that's
many
not
times.
me.
And I showed Joey last night, and I'm like, do you recognize her? And he was like, why does she look so familiar? And I'm like, Joe, just think about
So
it.
you think when she matched you, when she liked your picture or whatever, or swiped or whatever on you, she knew that she knew you from her place of business, and
I don't
she's
know.
like, I've always thought this guy was cute. I'm gonna let him know now.
Sure hope so.
Or do you think she's like, oh, this guy's cute, swipes, and then you say, oh, I know you from, and she's like, oh, this is that demonic sex freak who's always blacked out on dates.
yeah, like blacked out with, he used to have a massive beard, long hair. Oh my gosh. It could be that, dude. I could have just blown my cover. I just could have blown it right there. I've only been on a couple dates to that place, so it's all
What's
good.
your favorite-
Usually we go with family and friends.
What's your favorite war or military movie?
Well, I haven't seen Warfare yet. I heard that was really good.
Never heard of it.
It's the new one about SEALs and Ramadi, the people that come after Jocko's platoon, I guess, or something like that. I should know more about this, but I don't.
When you watch stuff like that,
I heard that was really good, but no, I like Black Hawk Down.
Lone Survivor. Fake
I
news.
liked Lone Survivor when I first watched it, and I read the book and everything, and now knowing and hearing about all the stuff that's come out that I've just learned about, it makes me kind of like,
A lot of it was fake,
a lot of it was, dude, just
exaggerated.
I haven't done a deep dive again to this, but I think old Marcus Luttrell has come out. Hold on,
Okay,
you guys. Hold
Okay.
on.
how much longer we got?
We're almost done.
Okay,
Where's JMO?
he's with your mom. Okay,
Yeah, I guess Marcus Luttrell has come out now, or in the past, and has said he got back and was the book was already written. He was in the hospital, the book was being written, and he basically was just was told hey, you're a recruiter now. You're working as a recruiter. This is your book. It was written for you. This is the story.
Oh, I see. Okay,
And he's like, okay. And a lot of the stuff, I'm sure a lot of it in the movie happened was true, but also it makes you just question everything to where now if I were to rewatch it, I would just be I don't know if any of that happened or how it happened. I read the book and the book was badass, but I'm knowing that was written not by him. It was possibly a
handler.
massively made up.
Yeah.
Makes me kind of just bummed out. But no, I thought the movie was really good. Anyway, Black Hawk Down I really liked a lot. What else?
Have you ever seen Fury?
Obviously, what's the big one with Tom Cruise? We know it.
Mission Impossible?
Saving Private Ryan. Did I just say Tom Cruise? Tom
Yeah,
Hanks. Tom Hanks.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Fury?
Yeah, I saw Fury twice. I thought that was fun.
Have you ever seen Platoon?
No.
Vietnam movie?
No.
Charlie Sheen?
No.
Fantastic.
Really?
Really good.
I'm not much of an oldie head movie kind of guy.
I know. That's a shame.
I'll watch Tremors. I'm down with that. Some Kevin Bacon oldies.
Platoon's in that light. It's a little bit older than Tremors. I think Tremors is 90s. Platoon, I think, is 80s, but it's really, really good.
Really?
Yeah.
What about you? What's your favorite war movie?
I love Platoon. I love Fury, the two that I mentioned. After that,
Okay. Have you seen Black Hawk Down?
I have not. No.
Cole, that is one of the best war movies, man.
I don't know if I've seen any good. What's the Civil War movie with?
I thought American Sniper was terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrible. It seemed like Clint Eastwood just didn't care, which I've heard he is like that as a director. He's just like very quick and just like whatever.
I watched
Just seemed
Chris
like-
Chris Kyle on Conan recently for some reason. I don't know why. It was on my YouTube.
You know, he's passed away
I know.
for like years, right?
I know. It was on Conan before. I think when the movie was being promoted. And he seemed like a really respectable guy, but there was a lot of like controversy after he died. People say he wasn't a good guy, and
Yeah, people were saying that, dude, there's so much crap now that
Who
like
knows?
I'm like, I don't even know what to believe. Like, I'm sure I could reach out, but like I don't care that much. I'm sure I could reach out, and there's guys that I possibly know right now that knew him like
Yeah.
personally. I could just ask, but I'm like, they say like he was, you know, just out there just murdering people that
on the roof of the Superdome
didn't
during
need to be
Katrina.
murdered. Like, not just bad guys, maybe
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
a little bit excessive.
Who knows?
But who freaking knows, man?
Yeah,
You're not there. I wasn't there, but people have come out and said
yeah.
that's
That's a
what
tragic,
That's what he was doing.
tragic.
I don't
super
know.
Sad story.
Who knows? Yeah, I can't believe. Yeah, it's insane. It's like way in the past, before my time. So I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I literally don't even know what to say or know what to talk about because
It's gonna be
not my thing,
It's gonna
man.
be a scorcher today. It looks like. When's the next Lake concert?
Uh-oh. I wish we could show you guys what we're looking at right now. It's a big old diesel, baby! Woo! Dude, that was nuts. Yeah, the lake concerts every other Saturday, Lake Mission Viejo. I'm trying to call the Lake Mission Viejo Association to get us sponsored, and we could do a podcast. We could podcast the concert. You know what I'm talking about?
I know.
I'm
Pray
gonna
for
set
us.
up. I'm gonna
Okay,
set up.
please do.
You got to set up a blanket. I'm gonna try to get a table, and we're gonna bring our camera. I'm gonna buy a generator on Amazon, and we're gonna plug in.
Generator will be so loud during the whole podcast and disturb everyone.
You think so?
Yeah, but you can get solar ones, like solar battery charger. You put the panels out in the sun, you let it charge up, and then it'll. Yeah.
You think it'll charge a
Yeah,
camera?
this is called tech. Did they not teach you about this kind of
You
stuff?
think it'll charge a camera
Yeah.
for a whole pod and a freaking audio device?
Well, you just test it at home first.
Yeah,
if
you're
not,
right.
return it, baby.
Solar, yeah, solar. Anyway, yeah, and then we need to pod the concert, and hopefully that's not illegal filming people in public as they walk
No,
by.
ever heard of the First Amendment auditors? Those guys that go stand in front of the post office and just film people, and then people freak out on them.
That's a private space. The lake is a public space. Sorry, they stand in a public space. Would
Yeah,
the Lake
the
Mission
lake-
Viejo be a private space? Because not everyone's allowed in there.
Possibly. We'll have to look into the legal ramifications.
Yeah, the lake that made. Okay, interesting. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna podcast at Lake Mission Viejo concert. I want them to hire us.
Let's just ask for forgiveness, not
Yeah,
permission.
I want them to hire us, and we can maybe like interview the bands.
Yeah. They watch one episode. They're not giving us any credentials.
Did you say skinny?
Huh?
It sounded like you said skinny. And it made me think about it. We'll end this right now. But it made me think about when I was looking to buy homes in Montana about 5 years ago, when I was going through a bunch mentally. And I wanted to buy a home in Montana.
Another guy bought a home in Montana when he was going through a lot mentally.
my
called the
ex-landlord.
Unabomber.
Oh, no. I thought you meant
Ted-
Ant.
Ant as well.
I thought you meant another
No,
guy.
Ant bought a patch of dirt filled with weeds.
Yeah.
Ted Kaczynski had a nice little shack where he constructed his bombs that he sent to government officials.
Yeah, but Tanner hit me up with a girl realtor at the time, and I remember her jumping on a call with me, and I was talking to her about like trying to buy a home in Montana, and she said something. She's like, "Okay, cool. I'll give you this. I'll let you know. I'll give you the skinny in a little bit," and I never forget that. How she said, "I'll give you the skinny."
The skinny, like
I didn't know what
it's
that
like the
meant,
rundown.
but
The
it-
skinny,
Yeah, I'll give you the
the
skinny.
short story
And the fact that people use that kind of was just mind blowing to me.
makes
I
you want
think
to fly to Austin, Texas, and kill Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
All right, thank you all for sticking with us. Hit that bell.
I didn't know if there was a bell.
Shout out Mr. Beast.
Shout out Mr. B, Sliver King. Hope you're doing
Hope you're doing well.
personal jinx, no big deal. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully, Jofer's back
We'll get Joe for back.
later.